Look at you, rocketing up the corporate ladder.
Huh. Saw something like this just before Auntie's Choice took over Tau Ceti. Didn't end well for the bosses, I'll tell you that.
That's right, folks. Keep the chanting going. I can see the Overseer up in her office, and we're definitely making her miserable.
No more bottles on factory floors! Time for unlocked bathroom doors! If you won't let us sleep for 8, you can't charge us for stimulates!
Welcome, fellow disgruntled worker. Can't say I recognize you. You come from a different plant to support our cause? We're causing trouble. We just found out that we're basically slave labor. And now we're learning to stand up for ourselves. Dunbar, one of our level 3 packers, explained it to us. He's got a new coiffeured friend who's helped us understand the workers' plight of, our politeness or something. We need the proletariat to yield to, worker subjugation by xenophobic proxy? No, that ain't right. But it's something that sounds super fancy when Will explains it. Honestly, we just want to eat, sleep, and relieve ourselves on a reasonable schedule. But the damn Overseer, I think she's getting rich off of breaking our backs. I ain't sure how you're gonna get in. This door is barred from the inside, and I don't think there's another way in on the ground floor.
We don't want to make demands, but no more peeing in bottles and cans!
If you're here to picket, we'd love to have you join our movement. Otherwise, I've got more important things to deal with. Well, that's great news! We'd love for someone to bring that sniveling sprat dung to the table to negotiate. Honestly, we just want to eat, sleep, and relieve ourselves on a reasonable schedule. But the damn Overseer, I think she's getting rich off of breaking our backs. Do your worst, knobstick! We're not afraid of you! Actually, no, that's not true. I'm terrified, but that's still not enough to get me back to work until some things change. If you're here to picket, we'd love to have you join our movement. Otherwise, I've got more important things to deal with. Don't be afraid to take a sign, or fill out a petition, or throw a bottle of urine at the Overseer's office window.
Keep it up, and we'll name a vodka flavor after you.
With no
So,
rest
you're sent
and
by
no
the Home Office,
downtime,
huh?
we shouldn't
Wish
pay
I was
for a
back
drink
on
at a time!
Right now, being on this skeersome moon has gotten all kinds of old.
Others get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days! Others get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days!
Whatever it is you're after, go looking for it somewhere else.
You seem like a go-getter. Let's consume lunch sometime.
Yes? whole reason we set up here is to avoid customers. Is there something you need? See that repackaging facility down there? We're supposed to be working it, slaving away for a few meager bits that we then gotta use to pay for our own necessities. They work us like cysty pigs, charge us for the stims we need to yoke those hours, and don't let us relieve ourselves but in empty fizzy tea bottles we keep beneath our stations. So, we're making trouble until that changes. Until we get some respect. Until the privy is left open all day. Can't imagine what. Ain't like you could fix all of Auntie's Choice's hierarchy by your own self. I don't think you could even change this one dumpish overseer ruining our lives. Now, if you'll excuse me. Yes? The whole reason we set up here is to avoid customers. Is there something you need? Well, then, best of luck. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Working hard or hardly working? That's rhetorical.
Have a profitable day.
Ever read the Middle Manager Handbook? Really shores up the foundation of your fundamentals.
Ever read the Middle Manager Handbook? Really shores up the foundation of your fundamentals.
Sorry, time is bits. Bits is time. Or are, that is.
Working hard or hardly working? That's rhetorical.
Like any negotiation I ever been a part of. Not that I've been part of many. Reminds me more and more of Tau Ceti by the minute. If these folk burned this place to the ground, I ain't telling.
Welcome to Auntie's Fine Product Revitalization Center, where we create tomorrow's brands today. I assume you are the disruption ameliorator from home office? It was about damn time you got here. This labor stoppage has put us almost a full week behind schedule, and is making me look quite the fool. Some ne'er-do-wells, have incited our workers to halt all work. They've taken to making demands and carrying on about basic dignity and human rights. It should go without saying that such flights of fantasy have no place inside Auntie's Choice. And if we were still in Tau Ceti, they would face grave consequences.
I reckon she's got her wires crossed. Basic dignity is what Auntie's Choice promised us when we signed up, so long as we were good at our work. And while we might have faced grave consequences back on Tau Ceti, it was under old management, who were trounced rather thoroughly in the end, I might add.
Nevertheless, here, we must focus on getting these ingrates back to work, and remind them that they're damn lucky to have Auntie's Choice to dedicate their lives to. Absolutely. These lugs have been positively exalted in the good fortune of rising to their limited station within the meritocracy that Auntie has derived for us. Why? Can you imagine suffering under the yoke of a sovereign's rule? Or floundering at the ridiculous direction of those claiming to know the future by way of math? No. Only within Auntie's Choice can these drudges achieve genuine prominence. If they exhibit excessive dedication, they may even earn some modicum of the success I have enjoyed. You're asking me? That clearly is your domain. Running this invaluable facility on Auntie's behalf is mine. As a managerial administrativist, and when I say I, it is critical that you understand that as director of this facility, I should effectively be treated as though I were an executive. Is that clear? Well, there's no call for rudeness. It's unnecessary, unprofessional, and distracts us from the important business that I have the direct authority to dispatch you upon. This plant relabels dated items with new Auntie's Choice trademarks and slogans. It is critical to keeping revitalized products on the shelf for consumers hungry for something new. So, the workers may be unhappy, but they must realize their comfort is a distant second to Auntie's delivery schedule. Or in short, they need to get back to work. My workers are striking people now? How very alarming. We must resolve this before things get even further out of hand. They've appointed some kind of leader, and he's the one you have to talk to. His name is, Dummy? No, that's not right. Dunce? Dummer. Dumbly? Dunbar. It's Dunbar. If I'm honest, my gaze is purely focused up the ladder, not down it. I am a very important upper, middle, lower manager, and the way I advance that status scantily involves learning the names and faces of my peons. Their value is in providing their minuscule contribution to this mighty and prestigious corporation. And by providing their maximal effort, they allow me to ascend, vacating this position so that one of their undistinguished masses can fill it, thereby becoming distinguished. Well, that's all fine and good in your system. But here in Arcadia, it is Auntie's needs we cater to, and right now, her need is you convince Dumbly Dunbar to get back to work. I believe he has demands, but I can't be bothered to remember what they were. They alter the generous terms Auntie offers, and so are egregious and should be rejected. You will find him up on the landing pad with some of his minions. Go help him understand the situation so everyone can get back to work. That clear? Yes, well, I'm sure you'll manage. Auntie has faith in you, therefore I shall too. Best of luck to you. Remember that your actions don't just reflect on you, you are also representing me, which is to say, you are also representing Auntie. Do us proud. Welcome back, Ameliorator. Did you make contact with workers? Do they understand that this stoppage is madness? Are they ready to return? Well, be quick about it, damn you. Every hour that passes is profit I'm losing. Yeah.
Heads up! Make some space! We've got a
With
single
no rest and no downtime,
coming
we
out.
shouldn't pay for Adrena time! If you won't let us sleep for 8, you can't charge us for stimulates!
That's right, folks. Keep the chanting going. I can see the overseer up in her office.
If
We
you won't let us
making
sleep
her
for 8,
miserable.
you can't charge us for stimulates! Others get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days! Smoke bubbles, ba-do-ba-ba. At home or at work, by the pack or the case, it's the bubbly perk that we don't want fans, but no more peeing in bottles and cans! With no rest and no downtime, we couldn't pay for Adrena.
I ain't aiming to seem rude, but I got a lot to deal with right now. Unless this is mighty important, I'll respectfully ask to be left to my business. Then what in law's name are you doing here? Well, that certainly is unexpected. And potentially wonderful. Assuming, of course, you can actually help us. And he's got to prioritize worker prosperity over productivity. What we've got now is, poor labor retention techniques? What's going on is, remind me again?
An inhospitable occupational environment that ignores worker safety and health concerns.
Right, that. Right. Exactly. The conditions under which Auntie extracts our labor is, unacceptable. They're egregious, even.
They work 20-hour shifts, which require stims to endure that are charged at a premium. Adrena time is actually cheaper on the undisputed claim than it is here. And if that inhuman brutality isn't enough to offend basic decency, they're also barred from using the restroom throughout the business day. Their 20-hour business day. It is an unconscionable condition to keep these workers in. I can't imagine how hard it is for them to coordinate their daily duties. No, I'm just a fellow underling suffering the corporate grind who saw the plight of these poor folk and needed to help them make a fair and reasonable deal.
That's right. Leo has been an absolute wealth of what's what. Without him, we would still be toiling
under the yoke of oppressive undervaluation due to monstrous mismanagement.
Right, that.
Me? Why, my only motivation is...
Now hold it right there. We aren't here to talk about Leo. We're here to talk about what it's going to take to make us get back to work, right? Our shifts need to be reduced to 12 hours a day. 4 hours of personal time ain't even enough to rest, much less get any actual living done. Second, if we gotta work those long hours, we want free Adrena time. Bad enough it's making everything taste like we're gnawing nickel pads. Having to pay for the pleasure's too far. Finally, we want all-day bathroom access. Expecting us to fit our necessities into the same 4 hours is just mean. Plus, between us, most folk ain't, if you get my meaning. Thank you for your trying. I don't know if we'll get it all, but every bit you add makes some part of our lives a whole lot easier. Thank you for agreeing to take our demands to Overseer Griggs. Please, our basic needs are in your hands. Don't let us down.
If you won't let us sleep for 8, you can't charge us for stimulants!
Welcome back, Ameliorator. Auntie and I continue to have high hopes that you will come to shine under the spotlight of our illustrious gaze. So, are you ready to impress us? So, what are these ingrate alley sprats willing to settle for? Golden privies and gilded sheets to be spoon-fed crunch whenever their tummies rumble? 8-hour workdays? $12-hour? Are they mad? What are they gonna do with the other half of the day? Lounge around the facility, consuming air and water and power without compensating the company? I am, frankly, disappointed you would even bring me such a preposterous demand. You should have nipped this offensive arrogance in the bud. While it's true that data shows higher worker productivity on sleep than on stims, I never imagined restful production being more cost-effective than longer hours. That would translate into more profit for the plant, which means larger bonuses for me, which should be more than enough to make up for the drop in hourly production. All right, you've convinced me. What else do they want? Free? Free? Nothing inside of Auntie's Choice is free. Law, nothing in life is free. Everything has a cost. Everything. Materials, labor, time, distribution, forced scarcity. Giving something away for free is akin to ignoring the cost of its creation, which is one small step from the system completely breaking down and plunging us all into anarchy. It is true that the rate I'm losing income is grossly more damaging than deducting the cost of the Adrena time, but I cannot concede to free. We will offer them wholesale. Is there more they ask? They want to relieve themselves on company time? I've never heard something so preposterous. Can you imagine how many bits that loss of productivity will cost us? What if they lounge? What if they take time to relax? What if they retreat to indulge their baser urges? Auntie would be paying for all manner of unprofitable shenanigans. Oh my. You're probably right. It's been so long since I've shared a facility, I've forgotten how unpleasant it can be. I trust your insight and will leave it unlocked from now on. What more do they want? Very good. Ha! I was going to say very good, but that would be downright farcical. There is nothing good about this situation. Please, just resolve it as quickly as possible. Welcome back, Ameliorator. Have we finally reached the end of this little drama? Are my workers resigned to doing their jobs and returning to the factory? Well, be quick about it, damn you. Every hour that passes is profit I'm losing.
With no rest and no downtime, we shouldn't pay for Adrena time!
Hello again. Do you have news for us about the negotiations? That's as fine a place to start as any. What did that tyrant have to say for herself? She willing to see reason? Well, I can't begin to tell you what a relief that is. By which I mean, that's great news. It'll be such a load off. A most promising development. How go the other hurdles of the negotiation? She willing to see reason? If I'm honest, that's what I was expecting. I figured free was too much to ask. But at least we can afford it this way. What's next? Excellent. What progress have you made? That must have been quite the negotiation. Oh, my people can't thank you enough. This will be huge for us. Free time to sleep, relax and all? Wonderful. Well, you have done exceptionally well by us, my new friend. With these new conditions, we'll return to work with vigor rather than dread. Thank you.
Damn! I really felt like I was close to signing all of you, and I needed that recruitment bonus. I don't know how I'm going to afford my hair cream now, but I'll get him next time. And he won't always have you working her angles for her. And her usual agents don't stand a chance against me.
Next time? Against you? What in law's name are you saying? Sometimes you talk so odd it don't sound like you're Auntie's choice at all.
Yeah, I was starting to have the same thought.
It don't matter. All that matters is my working conditions have just improved mightily. Thanks to you, stranger. Now, if you'll excuse us, we're gonna get back to work.
Going back to work under Auntie's choice ain't exactly my idea of success, but at least I'll have better terms to labor under now.
Payday's just a week away. But I'm honestly not sure if I'll be getting bits or if I owe my whole check to the company vending machines.
Honestly, right now I'm still way too tuckered to know if our conditions have improved or not.
The workers have returned and production has resumed. Wonderful work, our disruption ameliorator. I do wish it had gone more smoothly, but I understand you did what you must. I have already informed the Home Office, and with it, put in an extra sprinkling of mild praise directly with Auntie. She will, no doubt, be excited to learn of my approval. You may tell the executives that dispatched you that you have done an adequate job. Under my keen supervision, of course. The workers have returned and production has resumed. Wonderful work, our disruption ameliorator. I do wish it had gone more smoothly, but I understand you did what you must.
Been demanded a lot of in my day, but raiding an enemy fortress, damn near on my lonesome, that's a new one. But I got faith in us. We do what needs doing, and Willard will swallow any words of doubt he got for us. And there's the added bonus of saving some troopers from death. I'll take it. Anyhow, was there something you needed, Commander? Well, suppose that's all my suspicions of the Earth Directorate confirmed, for all to see. Just didn't think we'd find actual evidence of them cutting a deal with the Protectorate. I feel a little bad for Ibarra, though. He's taking it about as well as I expected. Whatever he hoped to find in the Matriarch's tomb, surely it weren't that. It stings less now that they didn't help Taucetti. Guess there's a big difference between thinking they didn't care and realizing that they're just as corrupt as anyone else. Fine by me.
If it ain't my favorite commander, just stopping by to chat or... Oh yeah? What's needling you?
Look alive, Commander.
Ready to waste them. On your command. Got a distraction for you. I'm the one you need to worry about.
Vitals looking a mite marginal, Commander. To the rescue. Happy to help. Great. Dress, healing. All let's get you healed. Out of sight and on the way. Don't cover, medic.
Don't work too hard now. You'll make us look bad.
reckon those raps are just for show.
Looks like we're about to have company of the unwanted kind. You've 5 seconds to make plain your intent before I let my boys here pitch some swill at you. Four. Three. Two. Last chance. Thought I ran you off already. I look like I'm from the Human Welfare Department? Go find someone else to yop at. You've 5 seconds to make plain your intent before I let my boys here pitch some swill at you.
You look unfortified. Getting enough emulsifiers in your diet?
You look unfortified. Getting enough emulsifiers in your diet? They ain't paying me to hallucinate. Investigating. All clear.
Heard something.
Armed and ready.
Today's battle cry, brought to you by the nutritious bunch.
What's all that going on out there? These conditions are not optimal.
Don't cause trouble. I don't need the extra paperwork.
If you're not a go-getter, then go away.
You've been quite an asset.
Thanks for working hard so I don't have to.
Someone's bucking for a promotion. There's a new face. Any chance you've brung news from the commander? Can't restart the dig without his permission. And the clock's ticking on my getting that early completion bonus. It's a puzzler, that's for sure. More likely than not, some kind of old protectorate infrastructure. Maybe sewage or a conveyor. Messy, but mostly harmless. Worst case, it's a Zoranium gas pipe, and further drilling will kill everyone here in seconds. It'd be hard to collect bits for making a tunnel with no workers to dig it first. Agreed. Wouldn't want to miss that juicy bonus. Not unless your lamps can see through solid rock and figure out what's on the far side. Goodbye, early completion bonus. You back to see more of the tunnel? I'll save you the trip. Not a pebble has budged. Same is true of our bit accounts, sadly.
Apologies, but an automechanical's work is never concluded.
If it were up to me, you'd get a raise.
Nice of you to shoulder a bit of the workload.
You back to see more of the tunnel? I'll save you the trip. Not a pebble has budged. Same is true of our bit accounts, sadly. Pardon me, but you what? You just have a magic little device in your pocket that lets you detect enemy troops through 2 feet of solid rock? Well, ain't that something? Wait, that means they already dug half the tunnel for me. That bonus is still in reach. That don't change me needing to get the commander's go-ahead to restart the digging. What say you run yourself back to the base and get me the okay? Just down the road. Can't miss it. We're on a tight deadline. If you haven't jogged with the commander yet, the base is just down the road. Can't miss it.
I assume you've got something important to discuss, or a report to give. I don't have time to waste on idle jawing. Forgive my incredulity, but how did you get that information? I see. Quite a useful bit of technology. Our engineers determined this was the most geologically stable place to tunnel. The Protectorate likely did the same. It even stopped drilling for the same reason we did. I'll send orders to resume drilling immediately. We'll take them by surprise. Send them running, and I'll be one step closer to getting off this dirtball. I assume you've got something important to discuss, or a report to give. I don't have time to waste on idle jawing.
Look alive, Commander. It's a brawl.
And I'll take care of him, Commander. Hey, got a distraction for you. You lot couldn't hit the broadside of a freighter.
Better have a look. Mighty glad that's over and done with. Just need to finish reinforcing the tunnel, and I can collect a big fat bit cartridge.
Subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental protection.
Have you considered that submitting ourselves voluntarily is proof enough that we don't require it, and would in fact waste resources that could be better spent on other subjects? Need I remind you that we are at war? All loyal subjects must be willing to sacrifice their own betterment on behalf of the greater good. I believe this is one of those instances.
Outsider?
Every part is a call. Every subject ensures a glorious bounty for all.
Hostiles near.
I've learned to street
Fire movement!
in our midst.
Time to earn my commission. Taking cover. Back in business.
Adjutant, sir. The smell of burning raptidons is rather pungent. Are there any concerns in regards to attracting further raptidons?
A good question, Morton. Command has informed me that the brutes will instinctively be repelled by the scent of their burning kin. So rest easy in that regard.
Armed and ready.
Got my lamps on an unfriendly. I mean, strategically relocate. Customers. Happy to help. Let's get you healed. All charged up.
Spy movement!
Let me handle this.
Here we are, about to kick the proverbial mantisaur nest. Hope you're ready for your close-up. Damn. Of course they got a bunker mech. We need to take it by surprise, without alerting the other troopers, mind.
Trouble ahead.
Free hole in the head. I'm the one you need to worry about.
Not quite charged yet. Ready if you need a house. Happy to help. The street.
locked and loaded. Just give the signal.
For the history buff. Let's open the gate for that reporter and the troops before these bodies get cold.
Over here! Let us out!
Ain't no way they'll leave us here. We still got 43 months of boot camp loans to pay off.
Many thanks for freeing us.
Well, if it isn't our favorite contractor.
Appreciate
Think
you
I
handling
can
our turn.
maneuver my trauma into a management position after this?
Just want to say good luck. We're all counting on you.
Look at you, rocketing up the corporate ladder.
Over here! Let's have a word with the hero of the moment for the wireless. What a show! Auntie will be beside herself when she hears of her shiny new blockade. If you weren't already contracted with Willard, I'd think to hire you for the next news staging.
All in a day's work. You said something about an interview. Well, I got a lot riding on this. You'll make me look good, right?
It's audio only, Trooper. And you're working with a true professional now. Let me work, huh? Relax. Be authentically you, though you'd be wise to throw in a tagline or two. Ready?
Well,
Great! Recording's already begun. I'm here, live at the scene with the fearsome grafted soldier Inez. It's a shame you cannot see this, dear listener, for it is impressive indeed. Inez, your destruction of those dastardly Protectorate troops was awe-inspiring. You must feel like the employee of the month, having brought such a decisive victory to Auntie's choice.
I'm just doing my part. I joined up because I believed in our mission, to liberate Arcadia. Reckon my actions illustrate that more than anything I could ever say. I ain't sure what else to say. What does the audience want to hear exactly?
They want to hear sordid details, but not so sordid that it'll staunch their worst buying habits. Now focus and don't fret. We'll clean this up in post. Dear audience, the voice you just heard is that of the soldier's close associate and eyewitness to the battle and the marvelous carnage littering the land. You also freed some of our troopers from the Protectorate's fiendish grasp. One can only imagine the torture they suffered. Tell us about it. The rescue, in detail if you would.
Look, I did what anyone with an ounce of sense would do. Ain't gonna leave one of my own in such a state. And if I had it my way, I would have acted sooner. Yeah, that's exactly right. I plan on doing everything in my power to bring a swift end to this war, and keep as many civvies out of harm's way as possible.
A heartwarming sentiment, but not too swift an end to the war, I hope. It's good for business, as we all know. In any case, those soldiers can finally return to their postings again. Now, I have a question about your abilities, Inez. What sets a trooper like you apart from the rest?
These graphs make me stronger. Good in a bind. I know I'm a bit of a curiosity. Ain't too many of us left. But there is so much good we can do with grafting, if we try. I got a plan, see? To start the grafting program up again. The research is promising, and with the right backing, it could be a product that can better the lives of everyone.
A fascinating idea. I think we'd all sleep soundly if we knew more of you were running amok on our behalf. Before we wrap, have you anything else of note to tell our undoubtedly enraptured audience?
Oh, I got one. Ain't just a tested and true product that'll put you over the top. A graft like mine might also get you into orbit.
Ah, I see. A bit of cheeky product placement for Zero-G whiskey. Very well done, you. And that's a wrap. You can go back to slouching or sneering or whatever else it is you do. Astonishingly well. Rest assured, our listeners will be glued to their radios for all the lurid details, and to hear more of my award-deserving reporting, naturally.
Well, that's a damn sight better than I was anticipating. Willard will have to make good on our deal now. Let's head back and speak with him.
You do that, and I will remain here, burdened by the drudgery of war. Farewell. We'll get the footage processed shortly. Don't worry, we'll blur all your imperfections.
You've been quite an asset.
Commander. Just say when.
Right on cue.
Over here. All of the head.
On the way. My aftermarket parts are prime.
Sorry, ain't ready yet.
Someone call for a medic. To the rescue. Right on scene.
Give the order, and I'll take care of him, Commander. Hey, got a distraction for you.
Let's get you healed. Happy to help. Quick briefly.
Troublemaker approaching.
All charged up.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Let's get you healed.
Have you made any progress yet? I can barely contain my excitement. Incredible! And to think I sent all those assistants to die for nothing. I should have just sent a heavily armed stranger first. Here's your reward. You've certainly earned it. Now, back to my lab. I'm going to get so many papers published. Every biological researcher will know my name. There's going to be statues of me. Thanks again for bringing me that egg. It really is quite fascinating. Can't wait to get this guy into my lab's incubator. I'm gonna be famous. Oh, have any more questions about critters? I can talk about my precious monsters all day. Which of my assorted critters would you like to know about?
If that blockade had been staffed by staunch Protectorate defenders, we never would have been able to overcome it. Truly a sorry defense. Certainly, I consider myself an open tome.
It's the sandwich you want to eat. Auntie's Choice Meaty Roll-Ups. 100% of your daily fiber needs. If packaging is also consumed.
Injuries detected. Please seek medical assistance prior to loss of consciousness. How may this unit assist you, Commander? Readying database.
Ah, Commander. Come in. Did you need me for something? To tell the truth, I'm feeling a bit wrung out, but it ain't anything new in particular. I have good days and bad, pain-wise. Today's the latter. Oh, I'll take a deferral on that one. Kind of you to offer, I think. I just need a little downtime. Running about causes all sorts of aches and pains, as you can imagine. Some realer than others. Don't worry, though. I'll be ready when you need me. Ironically, it's sitting or standing still that hurts most. All the fluids sort of pool. Guessing I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, though. What's a... Nope, never mind. I don't want to know. My stump stricker? Yeah, it's not bad at reducing swelling, helping with circulation and such. Won't say it's the most comfortable thing to wear, but it gets the job done. Ah, well, Zeb got it for me. Done my best to keep it in good shape. No idea where I'd get another one if I lost it. I appreciate that, but in truth, ain't much you could have done, really. Not early on, anyway. Took some time for me to regain my balance and learn how to shift with the prosthetic. Won't lie, it was discouraging at first. Felt like I'd never be at home in my body again. Me too. I'll add I'm not awarding either of them any medals in bedside manner, but probably I needed them pushing me more than any hand-holding. I also thought, at least in those first few years, that you might be out there somewhere too. That maybe, against all odds, you survived. Kept me going, that hope. Wait, Commander. Before you head off, how are you faring? I was thinking to myself just now, here you are checking in on me, but you must be feeling some kind of way about all of this too. Waking up 10 years from the time you knew, in a hostile colony at war, and with apocalypse on the horizon? Figured that for a given. I won't pry any further, but if you ever need to talk, or if you have a sudden, burning desire to learn about, I don't know, fuselage maintenance, I'll be here.
Still too many corporate bootlickers drawing air around here for my taste. Such as?
I'm itching to see if Willard will make good on our deal, or if I'll need to be a little more persuasive. With words or with muscles. Ain't picky. I'd like to press on, unless you had something to discuss.
Agent, what do you need? May all our travails add to the equation.
Always remember, commercialism is the foundation that Auntie's Choice Society is based upon. Not because we worship bits, but because of the system's glorious efficacy. While the Protectorate decide what its subjects get, we respond to what you want through your decisions as consumers. What's more, we skip effortlessly related process. When it can be enhancing people's lives now. As a responsible member of society, we allow you to take part
Tronicular, arriving any moment now. Approaching station. Client intake.
That's what it's all about.
Live, love, laugh, purchase, and consume
With Auntie's Choice. As your peerless leader, known for her unparalleled business acumen, I might appear above the occasional frivolity. But no, I do enjoy spectating a rousing sporting match as much as all of you base rank and file. The Big Rift cut off tossball news from home, but our Arcadia Grown League is a worthy substitute. Certainly a more profitable program than the Protectorate's watered-down ripoff. Pitchball, they call it. My, how... Imaginative. And don't get me started on their arbitrary rule changes. Bronzing is prohibited in the Tuesday and Thursday zones.
Ah, so the conquering heroes have returned from the blockade. And by the law, what footage! I have never been so thrilled and appalled by sheer brutality in all my days. You certainly know your way around a soon-to-be dead body, huh? Oh, where are my manners? Commander, Inez, meet our new benefactor. This is the business partner I spoke to you about, and she has graciously agreed to fund our new venture.
Yes, we've met. Now, let's not get overly ahead of ourselves. Excitement and carnage is one thing. Well, that is, there are two things, but taken as a whole. Proving to be an advertising darling is quite another matter entirely.
Well, I'd say these two certainly made our correspondence job easier. Only Auntie herself could have done a finer job at providing sound bites.
Let's try not to exaggerate. It was a fine showing. Now, with her as the face of the brand, we might really have something.
Look, I know I ain't exactly the profile of a business partner, but I know medicine, and I know the potential of grafts more than anyone. You'll not find my experience anywhere.
Perhaps so, but unfortunately I can't be expected to simply take your word for it. You know how it is. Low-level workers have a certain flair for lying and grifting, whilst concurrently exaggerating all accomplishments and ills.
But we can trust your word as her current supervisor. What sort of performance review might you give this associate?
Well, It's easy to go on soldiering when you trust the one giving the orders.
That's a reasonable endorsement. Wouldn't fit in the one-line write-in space for her quarterly appraisal, but I suppose you couldn't know.
Enough of the details. I say we have ourselves a deal. Why wait when your investment is ready to be rewarded?
Indeed. I'll send over the funds immediately so we can get started. Well done. I so look forward to doing business together.
So that's it. We're clear to restart the grafting program. And you'll abide by my demands. No more senseless killing. No more hurting folk?
Of course not. Unless said folk agree to it. Yes, we are at an agreement. Consider this a bonus for your efforts. When the time is right, I will reach out to you for further planning. You have been instrumental, soldier. Inez, well done indeed. Afraid not. Farewell. Have you returned for yet another round of congratulations? Yes, then, well done. But our business has concluded until further notice.
Can't help but be excited. Until later, boss.
Boss? Oh, come off that nonsense. We're practically equals. What with me being a mere 3 steps of seniority above you. We'll speak soon. Have you returned?
Can't help.
Boss!
Got something that needs doing, Commander?
Remember what we discussed and act equitably.
If you have business here, don't let me keep you.
Welcome back. We understand you've been a very busy little manti-wasp. Well, out with it.
Yes, time is bits. Tell us how it went.
A satisfactory effort, my ameliorator. I had hopes your talents would yield a result a mite more in our favor, but good work overall.
Well, I suppose I can't argue with the truth of that.
Anything else you'd like to report? Your performance at that facility went exceedingly well, all things considered, and it was an ideal first step in effecting my monopolistic mercantile methodology plan.
There you go again, pinning your career to that flim-flam mathematical malarkey. What do a bunch of eggheads know about marketing? Marketing isn't some rigmarole you can plug into a computronic doodad. It's instinct, intuition, know-how. It's a fucking art.
It is an intricately crafted, multi-phase marketing initiative that will introduce Auntie's Choice to the rest of the galaxy and establish the foothold of our pending monopoly. It requires a series of daring, almost impossibly savvy, perfectly timed, and flawlessly executed stratagems to create optimal market positioning.
Whole thing's a load of bunco. Calculatory claptrap from a bunch of overeducated know-nothings who are so smart they're stupid. Go ahead. Tell them who devised it.
With pleasure! The archive on Cloister analyzed millions of variables with bazillions of permutations to create an idealized path for total competitive domination.
Some oversized computronical doohickey. Mapping out key corporate strategery, just all as you please, based on what? Bunch of numbers. We're Auntie's Choice. We know what motivates people better than they do. Real marketing is gut-driven. It's not something you think about, it's something you feel. Or that is, convince someone to feel. Just leave the big picture ideating to us savvy executives, Ameliorator. Our top-tier expertise is only acquired through experience and time, which at the moment is of the essence.
Yes, suppose we should move on. Ursula, will you do the honors?
I'm the head of our proprietary insight acquisition division. Stealing our rivals' trade secrets? That's our bread and butter. We can sometimes lack a certain subtlety, though. The Protectorate have a process called mental refreshment. Some kind of mind manipulation business. There's a facility for it on Praetor. And he wants details on their methodology, pharmacology, and technology. This archive plan says it's important? Fine. Auntie and I agree it presents possibilities. Actually, it's only 3. Surely you can handle twice that many tasks. I don't want to sound like the Order, but you could make a list, maybe. A few aspirational goals, if possible. If you see a chance to talk their lead scientist into joining us, and/or dig up additional details about the process, do so.
Which is to say, we'll make it more worth your while. I promise you'll never want for compensation while in our employ.
See you when it's done. Don't let us keep you.
Good luck, my ameliorator. Remember, you can't spell heinous ascetic without Auntie's choice.
Make profitable choices.
Next is assertive arbitration. Quite the bit pit. Down 14% in net growth. You're supposed to squeeze blood from every...
From pop guns to self-propelled
Can't tell the
cannons,
difference
I
between
have
trouble.
whatever. Exercise weaponry you need to make all your problems, Pat.
Feeling like I could take on the galaxy, Commander. But don't worry, I always got time for you.
I know. Folks been shooting at your face a bunch, ain't they? Well, don't worry. I've got just the plating to let you shrug it off. All right. But we'd probably save a whole lot of time if you just gave me all your bits.
You have the look of someone with murderous intent. Unfortunately...
There are so many reasons to shop for Auntie's Choice products. We have a wide range...
Got time for a chat, Commander? Willard, Vice President Conan, sent me a message just now about how the investment meeting went. Seems he showed off the footage from the blockade, interview and all, and they all agreed to fund the grafting program and start it up again in earnest. I think we actually pulled this off, Commander. They even thought to name myself as an honorary vice president in the program. Can you believe it? After you and I finish what we set out to do for Arcadia, of course. I'd say closing these rifts take priority over a career change. I'm realizing now that I never really imagined something like this was possible. After ending my contract like that, never thought I'd be at the forefront of a military campaign. Never thought I'd be able to change much about Auntie's choice, let alone that I'd want to. But here I am. Reckon you could say I proved myself after all. Thank you, Commander, for everything. Anyhow, that's enough sorting my thoughts for the moment. We got a galaxy to save.
Buy from me? Think I browse all you like. Feel free to go on. Blades, bludgeons, bombs, blunderbusses. We got it all.
Protect your loved one.
Only thing. Tell me what you need. Can't.
Get caught unawares all you like. My armor will keep you safe.
Stimulants, medicaments. If you're here, if you've wounds, depends. Can you pay? Is there something else I can medic? If you've a tooth pain, you know who to visit.
You need coveralls. We got muff. If you're in need of spruces, I got rat. Garments here. Come ganderize.
Shop here to a welcome. What may this unit all error? Road sales grandstanding.
Not approved.
Calling a former protector.
Hello once more. It'd be. My contraptions don't explode no more.
Here.
Honest.
Well now, you have an ineffable air of intrigue about you. Weren't raised protectorate, were you? Who are you? Well, now, that's a mighty poetic and, I guess, scientifically precise way of putting it. Despite not really answering my question. And, ew. Sorry, I'm Millie Mealing. I started a training group here to help ex-protectorate subjects adjust to having to care for and, well, think for themselves. We also try to reconnect them with loved ones. Know the concept of community can be alien to most, but we occasionally enlist aid from wayfaring travelers like yourself. Try to, that is. Not officially. Not yet, that is. We discussed a few, like first steps or community for community. The Group Betterment Alliance was another. Somebody suggested the unparadigmatic, but that sounded rather like the Order to me. Like you need to think about it a while, then it still doesn't make much sense. Someone proposed the Awful Freedom Association, which prompted a spontaneous collegial embrace around them from all of us. This isn't easy on everybody, you know? Do like the sense of implied camaraderie. Got my vote. Oh, that's a new thing for us. We vote on things. So I'll raise your suggestion to the group and we'll vote on it. Now, as I was saying, sometimes we do need a little assistance. Involves the mental refreshment facility on Praetor. Not sure what you know about the process, but we were told all our lives to volunteer others for treatment was a blessing. To replenish someone's zeal and ensure our perfect society ran perfectly. What they didn't tell us was the person who comes back weren't always the same. My father, he liked to alter official protectorate songs to make them about his favorite pitchball club. Wasn't expressly prohibited, but it was different. I'd rather not say, if it's all the same to you. Appreciate it. It's a difficult matter. Didn't learn about all their lies till later. Took our settlement being deemed a recreant locality for most of us to leave. One morning, we were all marked for death because Auntie's Choice had seized a grain silo on the edge of town. They expected us to die in its defense. Most of us have similar stories. None are quite used to fending for ourselves. Things like bargaining, manual labor, asking questions. Sugar. Have each other, though. All of us here lack much in the way of appreciable, applicable skills, honestly. Used to spend our days programming automechs to do work for us. The idea of sneaking past guards, possibly fighting them, fast talking our way in. Me and the others are still struggling with, the basics of commerce. Pretty sure we're being charged 3 times the going rate for everything around here, if you want to know how that's going for us. All right, I can assemble some bits from the other refugees. One of us has a shock assault rifle with some extra oomph. We can give you that, too. Once my father is freed, that is. I do know a little about how things work. At least, I'm learning. Good. If you make it past the guards outside, you could maybe present yourself at the front desk as a walk-in. A subject voluntarily turning themselves in for mental refreshment. Look for my father inside. Name's Waylon. Waylon Mealing. Might have to convince him to go, depending... Don't want to think about what he's been through. Hope he's all right. We'll post someone out back to wait for him, where the guards don't patrol. Meet me here afterward. I can't tell you how much this means to me. Do mind how you go. Return when you've freed my father. I'll see you're paid.
Pardon our noise. My compatriot and I are always trying to identify those who have suffered, like us. I never knew life could be so open.
Have you had your eyes open to the Protectorate's wrongdoings as well?
Nothing tastes right here. It's all so sweet, right? How's anybody stand it? Nobody except us seems to notice.
My boy had lost all his spark when he got back from mental refreshment. I thought he seemed to touch melancholy before, and this would help. So much to learn here, you know? Seems like every time I talk to someone, they reference something I should have heard of, or known how to do. Kind of fun picking it all up, though.
Tired of firearms that explode in your face?
Greetings again. You may have defeated me last time, but I shall rise from the ashes someday. In the meantime, you're welcome to browse my collection. Behold!
You want a punch? We've got your...